Welcome back to another Longshot StarCraft 2 broadcast. I am your host, Longshot here, going to be casting this 1v1 between MKP. That's right, he is going to be Marine King Prime. He's going to be spawning in the bottom right-hand corner as the Blue Terran, and his opponent is going to be the Red Zerg player, MVP, wait, hold for effect, DRG. It is actually Don Regu, and he is going to be versing Marine King Prime in this matchup. And also, Antigua Shipyard has a little bit of variation to this. This is not going to be the Antigua Shipyard with a high yield expansion. The high yield expansion normally has 6 gold minerals instead of 8 blue minerals. And the reason for that is because a high yield, you get a little bit more from those trips going back and forth. So I believe it's 8. 8 minerals you get back instead of 5, which is normally what you get. And we do see that Don Regu is going to be sending off his Overlord to see if he is going to be in pretty much close proximity, but unfortunately he's not going to be here. He's going to be cross positions, and Marine King Prime is going to be pretty much starting his barracks up pretty quickly here soon. But it's interesting, this map here for Don Regu. Don Regu will be able to at least secure a quick expansion here at his natural, due to the fact that it's so close, as well as he could secure his other expansion here. It is a little bit more of a risk, but depending on how much pressure Don Regu puts down on Marine King Prime, he will be able to take his third fairly quickly. But we do see that one drone going to be coming across the map right now. Don Regu is going to be moving across, going to be scouting off this area. MKP did not at all do a wall off, and find this. I think his positioning is spot on. I mean, he could put a little bit of a supply depot here and a supply depot here, and then put his little attachments here as well. So, and you know, Don Regu is going to be getting a full scout, and in pretty much Marine King Prime's base, he is going to be getting up his command center. But I think, wow, very early command center. But we do see that Don Regu is getting expansion up. He's already halfway done with it. Really good timing on that, at least. I think maybe I really don't know what this means. It actually looks Chinese than Korean. So, if anyone can read this, that would be awesome, because I don't know what this means at all, at least what Marine King Prime mentions in this game. But once again, he takes a very early expansion, and you know, he's pretty much going for that one racks expand play, whereas Don Regu finally gets up his expansion up, and he's going to be hopefully soon starting to saturate that, but his spawning pool is finished, so he has the ability to start making some I don't know if he's going to be doing any type of variations. Maybe he might be going Ling Baneling, or possibly teching up to those roaches. I think it'll depend on the play of MKP. I mean, Marine King Prime can do a lot with his forces, and right now he is pretty much, I would even say he may be even going like a 1-1-1 build, but we'll have to see here. But wait, with the reactor, maybe he may be going Marine tanks. So we'll have to see, because due to the fact that he's got these 2 reactors, I wouldn't be surprised if he does decide to go tanks, due to the fact that, you know, having the ability to shell Zerg fire, or the Zerg army from range, is definitely an advantage for the Terran player, Marine King Prime. So finally he gets up his orbital command center just now, and now he should be hopefully plotting down, finally throwing down those mules and getting it saturated as quickly as possible. I know he's still just, wow, interesting. Alright, well, we do have Don Regu going to be pushing out with some Zerglings, and these Zerglings are going to be pushing out while he gets a scout off. Has he seen anything other than... Nope, he doesn't know that he's going to be building... Oh, he did this switch, so he is going to be getting some Hellions out. And unfortunately, these Zerglings are going to be greeted really badly with these Hellion fire. So hopefully he doesn't lose too much from there. But wow, look at the split on that. Just splitting off all of those Zerglings. Hopefully he doesn't lose any more. These Zerglings are just going to be roasted, toasted, and yep, both of them are going to be burnt to a crisp. Leaving this one just to scout to make sure that... that any third goes down, but unfortunately the Hellion does meet him, and he does put them a blaze of fire. But Marine King Prime getting his 3rd expansion up very quickly. I do like this. But as you can see, though, Donray-gu has his Roach Warrant up, so he knows not to make any more Zerglings. I mean, he is going to be starting to make some more Roaches, hopefully. Yep, there's a couple more Roaches due to the fact that he saw Hellions out on the field. You know, you're not going to be able to do a lot with Zerglings against Hellions. I mean, yes, you could get a good surround off, but you will be losing quite a bit of those Zerglings if you were to attack. But we do have Donray-gu going to be getting his 3rd expansion up. And with that, in response, we do see that Marine King Prime is going to be going for the double upgrades, while he decides also to do a little bit of a push with these 3 Hellions, but the Hellions are going to be greeted by these Roaches. These Roaches are going to be pushing these Hellions back and not allowing them to get in the base at all or do any type of harass, especially with the Spine Crawler and the Queen at the front. I mean, he is getting his creep spread up pretty well. Wow, putting a lot of creep tumors down on the low ground. Really going to want to push that out, that creep, but you know, these Hellions are going to be going back, and Marine King Prime has finally finished up his expansion. The expansion does go down, and is he going to be transitioning into something different? I don't know just yet. I mean, he is getting his siege tank upgrade, and he's got 1 tank out. Hopefully, let's take a look at the units tab. That's 1 tank, 8 Marines. So right now, Donray-gu only has 6 Zerglings and 5 Roaches out on the field right now, whereas Donray-gu, actually, I'm sorry, Marine King Prime seems to have the quality, no, I should say the quality, no, not quality, quantity of an army. There we go. Sorry, I lost my footing there a little bit with my tongue. Can't talk yet. So, but I found this interesting. It looks like they're just kind of dancing. You know, it's like just kind of wiggling a little bit. Like, yeah, we're all in sync. Anyways, Alright, so anyways, these Hellions are going to be going out and scouting a little bit more, as we can also see that Donray-gu is getting his level 1 upgrades and level 1 armor, as well as getting I think the Roach speed as well. So he is going to be going more of, I would say, the Roach heavy army, due to the fact that he is getting a little bit more of an upgrade for them, but he is making sure that the Zerglings do have the attack upgrade as well. And these Hellions are going to be, wow, almost one-shotting that Hellion going down, but he's got to be careful, though. He doesn't want to lose anything else that's going on. I mean, he does have this Overseer. He possibly may have just dropped him in here. Not sure if he did. No, not just yet, but I thought he maybe dropped a changeling or of some sorts, but it looks like Donray-gu is going to be going and expanding out to a 4th expansion. Wow, I mean, he's getting another expansion out here. I'm very surprised by that. Well, Marine King Prime is saturating as much as he can on his 3 base right now, walling in, making sure none of that Zerglings come in. We see Donray-gu is sacrificing a couple drones just to see the composition of Marine King Prime's army. And Marine King Prime does have the upgrades. I mean, he's already got 1-1, working on 2-2, and also working on the +1 vehicle upgrades as well. So his tanks will have a little bit more damage in comparison to Donray-gu's army. You know, he's finally going to finish that up. He's also getting Infestor Tech as well. Also working on his Spire. Where's that Spire? Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Is that it? There it is. That's right. Alright, so he is getting a Spire as well. But pretty much right now, I just see Ling, Roach, Infestor army. Very interesting composition against a Marine Siege Tank army. You know, whittled in with a few Hellions, you know, but those Hellions have been here for quite some time. I don't think he has made any other Hellions. Let's take a look at the unit count. Yeah, he's only kept on making more Marines. And, you know, with that in mind, he's almost, I wonder if he's going for a timing push. The moment that the stim finishes with his Marines, he's got a few medevacs overhead, so I'm wondering once that stim finishes, is he going to be pushing out? It looks like he is. Marine King Prime is going to be pushing out once stim finished. There it goes. I mean, this has got to be a, yep, there he's stimming in. He wants to get in and take out that one Roach. And so once he takes out that one Roach, he'll be able to take the center of the map. While Donray-gu is playing a more macro style play, he's got another expansion up. That's his 5th upgrade, or I'm sorry, his 5th expansion going up. But Donregu is going to be trying to push out, trying to whittle down this army, but the Siege are in position. They're shelling fire on this Zerg army. He's definitely, Donregu does not have the composition for this right now. As we can see, he is cleaning up the creep tumors all around pretty much the map right now. And we do see that the Siege tanks are going to be pushing up into the middle of the map, also going to be just kind of slowly peeking up. And we do have the Marines coming in around. They're going to be trying to do a lot of pressure on the third expansion that was built, but oh, they're all stemming in. Here they come. And a couple roaches pop out. Are they going to be enough to take out? But the Siege tanks are shelling fire on these. Oh my gosh! Like, I think he just doesn't have the upgrades for this. While Marine King Prime has 2 upgrades, Donregu only has 1 armor upgrade and no attack upgrade at all. I think his choice of upgrades didn't really favor in that engagement, folks. I mean, normally, you know, when you have a certain army, you got to choose really what kind of upgrades you're going to be going for, because if you have the upgrades, I mean, look at Marine King Prime. He's already starting his 3/3 upgrades for his infantry, so his Marines are going to be super durable, as well as dealing a lot of damage to this army. Donregu doesn't really have much of the composition to deal with this, nor does he have the upgrades. I mean, he may need to put down a couple fungal growths, but honestly, folks, I'm not sure about this. Once Marine King Prime puts his tanks in position, it's going to be very difficult for Donregu to push in and actually do a lot of damage to this army. I mean, he's got this tank spread really good. I mean, perfectly done. But we do see a couple of... Wow, we got some Ultralists on the field with 2 upgrades. I wonder if they're going to be able to do a lot of damage, but with the DPS on the Marines, here they go. The Marines are stim in. We do have the Ultralists going to be pushing in, but I feel like they have just such a bad concave. He's losing so many Ultralists. He lost like about 3 Ultralists in that engagement, folks. I'm not sure if he's able to be pushing out, but I think Marine King Prime sees a weakness in his composition. And I have a feeling that Marine King Prime feels that he's just going to be keeping on reinforcing. Whoa, there we go. He's going to keep on reinforcing with more reinforcements with Marines and a few more Marauders. Interesting choice. I think it's mainly due to the fact that he's got a lot of armored units. So now he's just tech switching more over to... nope, he is sticking with Marines, folks, and all those tanks. And I think he's not even sieging up these tanks. Oh, he's even lifting them off, folks. Look at the micro on that. And Donregu throwing up the GG in that game, folks. We do see some Zergling parts here of the Ultralisk being shredded by that infantry fire. Wow, folks. Amazing, amazing game by Marine King Prime and Donregu. So, folks, this game does go to Marine King Prime. And I think due to the fact that Donregu became very, very greedy in the end, getting this actually 5th expansion up, and we do see that Donregu is getting his 4th expansion up down here, but I think he just went for a really good timing push. I'm actually curious to see why he moved his stuff out there. I don't know. Maybe there was... that's a very interesting tactic. Maybe he took a lesson from White Raw. He made some special tactics. But nonetheless, though, folks, I actually think the reason that Donregu didn't have a lot of units out, and possibly he just over macroed himself, and also he didn't choose the right upgrades, and I think he even had a weird composition during the mid game, because he really didn't know what his opponent was really going. I mean, I'm sure he had known that it was going to be Marine tank army, but I think that the upgrades were in complete Marine King Prime's favor, you know, especially doing the double upgrades later on. So this game once again goes to Marine King Prime, and you know, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. I'll check you guys later. Peace.